My name is Dawn Soden Green. I'm a teacher, a painter, an artist. I think I've taught school, about 17 years. And in that 17 years, I think I've been laid off 2 or 3 times. I'm on my most recent layoff. For now, it's like the hardest because I'm older. I'm not in my 20s, I'm not in my 30s when you bounce back a little faster. So I spend a lot of my time trying to figure out how am I going to do this. I'm faced with, I think, one of the hardest things people can do, and that's just living on a basis of survival. When you're forced to just survive, you don't have room to be creative. When you're forced to just look for a way to make sure that the rent gets paid or you have food, there's not enough space in there for you, or luxury enough for you to be able to say, okay, well, I'm going to create this fabulous painting. When I get up, the first thing I'll say is, thank you. Thanks for the day. Then that other mind might come around and say, okay, so what you going to do with it? And then that other thought comes in and says, I don't know. And then the other one says, okay, jump on the computer and see what you can hunt down in terms of jobs. Take a shower, get out of here, take that 6-mile-a-day walk that I try to do, and maybe something will come through. And then, depending on how much the wolf at the door might be barking, I might just say, what for? And decide not to go out and do that walk. But if I make that decision not to go out and take that walk for 2 or 3 days, then I can't think straight at all. It's important that when my feet hit the floor and I say thank you, that I do get out of here and move around and look at a tree and say thank you. And look at the sky and say, thanks for the time. Thanks for the air. If nothing else, I have learned to be grateful for what we all really kind of take for granted. And if it were not for a lot of spiritual teachings that I've learned and practiced, I wouldn't have learned to even go take that walk and look at the sky and say thank you. Is it easy? No. Is it difficult? Extremely. Is it lonely? Extremely. It becomes lonely because when you're not in the mainstream of money making and in the mainstream of the movers and shakers in the world, people tend to back away from you because you're not contributing to what pumps them up. And so you're forced to sit with your own mind and your thoughts and your spirit. You can take it one of 2 ways. You can decide that you're worthless, or you can take it as a time of, okay, this is where I get to grow. I may not exactly know what to do, but I'm in this space for a reason. If I don't look at this as a lesson, if I don't look at this as a gift, even if I'm feeling sad and hurt about it all, if I still don't look at that sad and hurt as a gift, as a reason for me to move on to something better, then I'm just nothing. So that's kind of what keeps me moving. The spirit within. the light that's outside.
When you say the spirit within, what do you mean by that?
The same energy that moves me and moves you, the same energy that raises that sun up every morning is the spirit within to me. The energy that wakes me up in the morning, the spirit within. That spirit within, I have to honor that because I have been given the grace to open my eyes. So I call that the spirit within. Some people have other words, but I won't even get into the names of the words. I just call it the spirit within. That spirit within can show me many faces. It can show me my sadness. It can show me my happiness. It can show me my joy. It can show me all of these emotions that humans go through. I don't particularly want to do the ones that are real dark. So even if I'm in the dark, I'm seeking the light